Hey, I want to take a moment today to make a little video here, kind of an I told you so video. Well, not actually an I told you so video, but just a video to reiterate a point that I've made in the past, or actually 2 points I've made in the past that I think are very relevant today in lieu of what's been going on in Austin with the bombings. And those 2 points are, one, that bad guys will do bad things. Evil people will do evil things regardless of the tools they have to use. If you take away one tool like a gun, they'll just use something else like a car, a truck, or a bomb. That's something I've said for a long time, and it's just common sense. And number 2 is, I think bombs are far worse than guns. I would much rather face a bad guy with a gun than I would face their bomb they've left behind. Because if they leave behind a bomb, I can't fight against that. If I'm in a theater or a mall or somewhere like that, and a bad guy runs in to kill a bunch of people because they're an evil person and they want to do something evil, I've got a chance. If I have exercised my right to be prepared and to defend myself, I have a good chance of surviving that. Not only surviving that, but stopping the bad guy. Because he didn't plan on meeting equal force when he came in that day. He didn't plan on someone fighting back. That's why they choose their targets. That's why they love gun-free zones, because they don't want people to fight back. They don't expect it. And when it happens, it's usually end game for them. So I've actually got a pretty good chance, unless for some reason out of all the people around he randomly chooses me first to take out before I even know what's going on. I got a good chance of stopping him. Not so with a bomb. If there's a bomb next to me on a bench and it goes off, I can't do anything about that. If I'm at the mall and I'm sitting next to a trash can and it explodes, I can't do anything about that. No matter how prepared I am, there's nothing I can do about that. You know, short of not living my life, short of staying indoors all the time, there's nothing I can do to defend against a bomb. Because that's the thing about bombs. They can be anywhere. They can be in the car you're walking down the street next to. They can be in a trash can you walk past at the mall. They can just be in the bushes on the sidewalk, as we've seen in Austin. I don't want to face that. That's far more terrifying than some guy that has to come up and do an up-close and personal attack like a firearm. Those are very up-close personal attacks, and that puts them at risk. A bomber doesn't even have to be in the same zip code with you as he kills people, and he can get away with it for longer usually. Mass shooters are usually done right then and there on the scene because they don't make it out once law enforcement gets involved, or as we saw in other places where armed citizens get involved. But with a bombing, you have to track down who did it. And with the Unabomber, that took years to track him down. And this took weeks to track down this guy in Houston. So I would much rather face a bad guy with a gun. And this whole notion that you can stop them by just taking away their guns, no, you just make them resort to ulterior motives. As long as you don't deal with the motivation, the method can always adapt. If you allow the person to still be who they are and want to do what they want to do and give them the ability to freely do it, I'm not going to say we're not giving the people the ability to freely commit crimes, but in a free society, people can do things like that. And unless we take away all freedom, they're going to have that ability. So if you take away their guns, they're just going to resort to something else. They're just going to resort to bombs or cars, etc. It's not going to save any lives. In fact, it's going to cost lives, because everyone loves to ignore the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people every year that defend themselves with a firearm when they compare it to the few thousand a year that are harmed by firearms. So if you take away firearms, not only are the bad guys now able to just use other means to kill just as many, if not more people, well, all the good people that defended themselves against one-on-one crimes also possibly lose their lives. So you actually cost lives by getting rid of guns, and you don't stop bad guys. It's just a ridiculous notion. So to those of you out there on the left that think, well, if we get rid of guns, we'll get rid of evil, be careful what you wish for, because you won't get rid of evil. You'll just make evil more creative and even more dangerous. All you'll do is take away the ability of people like myself to be prepared and to defend ourselves. You'll just make the bad guys have to be more devious. And that's not a good thing. So like I said, if you're one of these people that thinks you should take guns away, I suggest you think twice, because you might just get what you ask for. your dad.